This world can be stressful. This world can be hard, especially if you are someone who is hardworking, you provide for yourself, maybe you're single, maybe you don't have family around, whatever it may be, life can get overwhelming. Being feminine is a mentality, but sometimes it can be hard to maintain when you are single, when you provide for yourself, when you go out into the world and everything is bombarding you all the time and you're getting information thrown at you. You have to stay in touch with your family, maintain a good body, like all of these different stressors that we cannot get rid of because they are just a part of life. Even people in relationships who are stressed right now because you're in the wrong relationships. I just want to give you guys some tips of what I do to stay soft in such a hard world. Welcome back to my channel. Today I just want to give you a couple tips of things that I just incorporate into my life to be able to stay soft, stay loving, stay sweet, stay feminine in a world that just wants you to be hard. It doesn't even want you to be hard. It is designed to be hard. It is not designed for females. It is not designed for the females to be thriving in these environments. And unfortunately, there's nothing that we can do right now to change it. So the best that we can do is change ourselves. The first thing you want to do is you want to stay away from people who trigger you. Now, this might seem like it is very obvious, but it is not entirely. We as humans, we get addicted and we get used to certain things that happen repeatedly in our lives. And sometimes that is being around people who trigger us and that causes anxiety and that causes a stress response. We can get addicted to stress. A lot of times when people are dating and they feel butterflies, it is not because you are just so in love and infatuated. It is a stress response in your body, a sickening feeling in your gut saying, this person isn't making you feel very secure. So staying away from people who trigger you, because triggering is a stress response. And once you get into a stress response, you no longer are going to have your softness. You're no longer going to have your relaxedness. You are no longer going to be that soft, calm angel, because you cannot have softness in a stress response. They both can't exist at the same time. You cannot relax in a stress response. They just do not coincide. This is also a part of maturity, is being able to release people in your lives. We have this mentality that once someone comes into your life and they've been in your life for maybe 5, 10, 20 years, we have to hold on to them for the rest of your life. That is not the case. Life is about managing people. It is about managing relationships, whether it's releasing relationships, managing them in the sense where now you keep them at a longer or further distance, or maybe it's bringing closer the people who you kept distance before. The whole point is that you need to make sure that you're maintaining relationships with people who make you feel calm, people who bring you reassurance, people who give you love. This can be family members, this can be romantic love, these can be friendships, but you have to stay away from people who trigger you. Part of this, again, as I said, is maturing. It's also working on yourself, because if you're allowing other people to trigger you, then there is a wound inside of you that needs healing. That is for a different video. But right now, what you can do in your direct life is avoid people who trigger you. The world is a stressful place as it is. So why would you surround things like your circle with people who stress you out? Why would you want people around you who are just going to add more burden onto the burden that you already have of taking care of yourself, taking care of your family, whatever it may be? Release the load, unburden yourself, and release people who trigger you. The second thing is don't raise your voice. There's no need to yell. I personally am past my yelling stage. I remember when I was in past relationships, I would get into fights with people and they would yell, and so I would yell and I would raise my voice and da-da-da. I've said this before, just because you are raising your voice and just because you are yelling, it's not going to make the communication any better. It does not make your point clear. It doesn't make the other person more right or you more right. There's absolutely no reason to raise your voice at anyone, and the only thing that it's doing is physically stressing you out. Every time you get into a bout of anger, it takes hours for your body to actually get back into that relaxed and calm state. The point of this video is things that are going to put you into a feminine, calm, relaxed state and are going to make you feel good. So you need to cut out the yelling. Cutting out yelling doesn't mean that you no longer get angry. You can still feel anger. You can still be frustrated, but you have to realize that if you argue with a fool, that makes you a fool. There is no point going back and forth with someone who does not understand what you were trying to say. As soon as I realize that someone is not understanding what I'm saying and they are escalating the situation, I disengage completely, because you are not going to let me get out of my peaceful place, and I'm not going to let you make me feel stupid because you just refuse to understand. You can't change people. The best that you can do is change yourself. So no longer put yourself in situations where you need to raise your voice. If someone is yelling and someone is starting to get irate, keep your voice exactly the same. The next thing that I do that makes me feel really soft is go to sleep in something that makes you feel beautiful. For me personally, it is a matching set of pajamas. Now, I used to be the kind of girl, like I would wear the oversized t-shirt. It was like old college t-shirts and some shorts, whatever, to bed, throw on whatever, because my mentality back then is I'm going to sleep. Who cares what you look like when you go to sleep? No one sees you. I used to just have that narrative. And again, it was a young mentality. But the older I've gotten, the more I've realized how taking care of yourself and making yourself feel beautiful when no one is around is actually the true self-love. It's not only doing things to make yourself feel good when people are around, or trying to do things when a man is around to impress them. That is not self-love. Self-love is actually doing things for yourself. There's just something so good about putting on a little matching PJ set, going to sleep, waking up, and just feeling put together. It makes me feel beautiful. It makes me feel sexy. And I'm telling you, I go to sleep in like a bonnet, a night guard, an eye mask, mouth tape. There's nothing sexy about me here from the chest up when I go to sleep, but from the chest down, I'm wearing a matching PJ set. I'm actually wearing some bottoms from one of my PJ sets right now. It just makes me feel so beautiful, so cutesy. And I remember I was dating this man and he was like, one thing that I really love about you is that even when you are lounging around the house or before you go to bed, you just take care of yourself. You are just so put together. And I just think it's a very attractive and soft quality. And it's just something that makes you come off more feminine. Doing things that make yourself feel soft is the whole point of enjoying your solitude. It is the whole point of escaping a stressful world and being able to just feel good in your own home. This actually leads me to my next point, which is make your home a sanctuary. When I say make your home a sanctuary, I really mean it. I mean, transform your home into some place that you will go and you could hide out for months because it is so comfortable, it is so unique, it is so clean, it is so de-stressing. And this does not require a lot of money. Like, all of these tips, none of these tips require a lot of money. You just need to do something that makes you feel at home. So whether that is buying a candle, whether that is getting a little red light for yourself, whether it's putting flowers in your home, whether it's making sure that you clean up your home and just make your space feel really nice so when you come home, you're not stressed out because there's clutter everywhere. Some of these things take discipline, but it's about maintaining that standard for yourself because it'll just make you feel so soft. I remember when I used to have to go into office and I would come home and I would enter my room and my room was like this oasis. It was so clean. It was always put together. Even my house now, like I always make sure to clean my house every single night. I clean as I go because part of cleaning my home is making sure that I am not stressed out in my own home. It's making sure I feel good in my own home. My home is my little soft, safe place because when you step out that door, you are bombarded by angry people, by stressful things, emails, work, pressure of society, pressure of life, pressure of relationships. Everything exists outside of that door, but once you step into your home, you just want it to be a place where you can just really relax. Some people think of a home as, oh, I just go home and I lay my head there at night and that's the only thing that I need to use it for. So there's no reason for me to make it feel special or make it feel cute or make it feel homey. Some people are even in spaces for a short amount of time. So they're like, there's no point in me making it feel homey, or there's no point in me investing in making it feel more special. Even if you are in somewhere for a short period of time, it is good for your brain to feel settled. It is good for your brain to feel comfortable wherever you are. So the next time you think about, oh, I'm only here for a short period of time, or there's no point in investing, I'm only here for a year, whatever it may be, remember that this is your safe place. What do you want your safe place to look like? What do you want your safe place to feel like? It should feel soft. It should help you decompress. Moving on to the next thing, which is decompress every single night. For me, this looks like I have an insane night routine. When I tell you, it starts with either a bath or a shower. I put on some calming music. I put on my red light. I turn all the lights really low. I make sure that the house is clean. I light a candle. Like, do something for yourself at night to just decompress from the world. Even if it is 10 to 15 minutes alone of alone time where you're not with a partner, you're not with your friends, you're not with your children, whatever it may be, especially women who live alone, are single, provide for themselves. Like, the stress is just that much more because you have no one to fall back on. You do not have a partner. Make sure that you are taking time to decompress after a long day. It is so important. There is a tendency when you've had a long, stressful day to just hop into bed, shut your brain off, turn on some Netflix, go to sleep. You need to take a little bit of time, whether it is reading, whether it is, lotioning up your body and just being mindful and being present. This is going to bring you back to your body, because part of being soft is just being in tune. And there's no way to be in tune if you just never take time for silence, take time to love on yourself, take time to be with yourself. So decompress every single night before bed. And the last thing that you're gonna wanna do, for all of my ladies who feel stressed and are like, well, I don't need a man around to do anything for me because I do everything for myself. Like, that is you acting in your masculinity. Let men do things for you. And I'm just talking about random men in public. Let a man hold that door for you as you're walking, and do not run to the door as they are holding it open for you. Walk slowly. Allow them to be men to women in public places. If you're at the airport and someone offers to carry your bags, or they offer to lift your bag onto the conveyor belt, let them. If a man offers, do you want me to grab your bag for you? Let them. There is this tendency that, especially if we are stressed out and especially if we have a lot on our plate, we want to do everything ourselves because we just want to control every single situation. Let people take the load off for you. Let men be men in public spaces. Let men carry your groceries as long as it's in a safe place, as long as you're in a public place, as long as you're comfortable. Let them. If you want to carry my groceries, by all means, carry it until I get to my car, or carry it into a place where I can take it from you, and then I'll carry it to my car. I used to be in the habit of rejecting every man's offer for some kind of kindness because I was just so stressed out. I was just like, I could do it myself. Women empowerment, da da da. It's not women empowerment to not let men take off a little bit of the load if they are offering. Let men compliment you. Say thank you. I appreciate it so much. Don't take it as such a negative thing. I think now it's like, because this world, because of TikTok, like, men can be scary people. So I'm obviously not talking about the scary incidences of men being creepy. There are men who just simply want to admire your beauty and say you're really beautiful, or like, you look very nice today. And the best thing you can do is just say thank you. Allow them to compliment you. Take the compliment, feel soft, feel loved, and move on with your day. Don't be like, wow, that person is such a creep for calling me beautiful. Be thankful someone is calling you beautiful. Be thankful people acknowledge your beauty, because it can make you feel really hard when you do so much for yourself and no one is acknowledging it. You don't need to reject men in every single way outside of dating capacity. Like, if you're not dating a man, that's great, but let the man hold the elevator door for you so that you're not rushing and that you don't feel stressed. Let a man hit the elevator button. Like, if I get into an elevator and there's a guy in there and usually his finger is hovering on the button, number two, let them. Let people do things for you. It just makes you feel soft. It takes a little bit of the stress off. You have to unburden yourself. I will say one thing that I do so often is I am like an avid Erewhon goer, and at Erewhon they have a self park and then they also have a valet. And I will valet every single time. The valet is free at Erewhon. So it's like, I can self-park easily. It's in a garage. It's not easily, it's stressful for me actually. That's a stressful situation, parking in a garage. So I will let them valet every single time. Go park my car for me. Go do this for me, because I don't need to be worried about parking. I don't need to be stressed about parking. I'm already thinking about the groceries I have to get. I already have to think about the fact that I'm paying for it myself. You go park my car for me. Thank you. Take that burden off of me. Like, you don't have to do everything on your own. Let people do things for you. Those are just simple things that I do in my life and that you can do in your life to just feel softer, because again, as I said, this world, it wants you to be hard. It is not designed for the female. It is not designed for the feminine energy. It is not designed to keep you soft. This world wants to make you hard. It is designed for a man. And as females, the more I'm learning about our hormones, the more I'm learning about the amount of stress that we can take. There is no reason that we need to be stressed from 8 a.m. when we wake up to 10 p.m. when we go to sleep. There is no reason that we need to be feeling stressed that entire day. So anything that you can do to incorporate throughout your day to just make you feel less stressed, to make you feel softer, to make you feel more beautiful, to make you feel more like the amazing female that you are, do it. I hope that you guys like this video. I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below to tell me any future videos that you would like to see. Mwah.